There are so many cool things inside this game, and the first one is, well, in FC26, when you load up the game, you're gonna see these stadiums come up on the screen. These are actual Google Earth based intros, and you can see all those details. It actually looks like London. You know, the best thing about this, if you've ever been to Spain or you've been to London or you've been anywhere on these stadiums, you can actually point yourself being somewhere here. Well, they didn't add better servers, didn't fix career mode, they didn't fix any of this. Not the pack odds, they just wanted Google Earth to be in the game. Google Earth. You load up the game and suddenly you see the Himalayas from the top, like a lost temple. See, I don't know, I'll not be convinced buying this game with a geography trip. I would genuinely need better gameplay inside this game. Inside the game, when you actually load up the stadium, you're gonna see policemen riding horses. Can you imagine that? Let me just replay that again. Look at that, policemen riding horses. Well, EA Sports be like, EA Sports, it's in the stable. Imagine this here, you could probably load Ultimate Team in the next update, and instead of packing Mbappé, you could probably pack a 77 rated horse with 99 stamina. To be honest, this is one thing, I'm very disappointed in EA that their horses animations is actually better than the goalkeepers animation inside the game. You know, I'm sure that EA added horses because this is the only way they could give us a proper ride. And would you look at that, they are actually fan clubs inside the game, fan clubs in restaurants. Bro, I don't understand why they're hyping these fan clubs so much while my division rivals is still lagging. It's something that only EA can do, that they actually updated two blokes having nachos inside a club, but they could not update their career mode since 2014. That's what EA is. Bro, look at these cutscenes, look at the faces of the fans here. They are so realistic that even they are disappointed of the game before kickoff. You can see them on their faces. But honestly, these fans look more realistic than the fans in the actual stadium. Priorities, EA, priorities. Okay, so when you start the game, you get these fan zones inside where players just enter out of their bus, which is quite crazy to be honest. Yo, this cutscene is so detailed that you can even see the mirror reflections on the bus on the top right. That's how detailed they've made this. And I also like the little touch that players are wearing the home kit while some fans are wearing the away kit, because you know, not every fan has each kit. And you can see some fans are asking for an autograph, and there is some press on the left side. This is a very well put cutscene. You can see this guy wearing the cap. He's trying to put his hand out so that he can get a high five from the players. It's a very well done cutscene. You remember when they released this trailer, when they showed the next generation capabilities of FIFA 21? They showed all of this fan cutscenes of players getting out of their bus, but they never added this stuff, which is something that was a bummer. But now they've finally added this. After 5 years of promising and false advertising, EA has finally added the cutscenes that they promised right here on these cutscenes. Okay, so when the match begins, players and managers are proper pissed. Look at that, they are actually explaining tactics. They are so pissed and aggressive. This is really nice. They even have assistant coaches. Look at Company here trying to make sure that his players are fit. They even shake hands in the tunnel, and managers have their own proper cutscene and camera angles while the camera moves around them and making manager mode more intensive. Look at that, Company is proper pissed here. He just wants to explain something regarding his tactics, while there are even manager fights in front of the referee, which is very cool. This is a new addition. Look at Amorim gaslighting Arteta here. I'm pretty sure Amorim went to Arteta and said, you're gonna finish second this season, and that's what happened. These are really nice additions in the game, and I really like how they've done this. So kudos to EA for improving just a little bit of manager mode, even if it was a little bit of it just through the cutscenes. Thank you so much for actually giving a shit when we actually spend 70 pounds on a game that you don't care about. But yeah, thank you for improving them. You know, they've properly increased the toxicity in the game. Look at the referee. When he hands out the red card, the managers just clap towards the opposing manager, while the opposing manager is so pissed off that he has to complain to the referee, man. Holy, look at these cutscenes. These are so proper. They're literally like bringing out the emotion that we felt inside the game, and I'm really impressed what EA has done here. Now all I want to see is Antonio Conte and Thomas Tuchel going head to head inside the game. You know, in this cutscene I really like how players in the background, look at them, they're actually getting involved as well. In the background they're actually getting involved with the referee. Very well done EA, very well done. Props where it's due. Okay, during the intros they have improved the facial animations. Players actually laugh, interact, even shout and get surprised. Look at Lionel Messi's face here. He's properly animated, and I really like to see that because I never liked the faces in the game being and this is finally something that you can actually see and get expressed towards, maybe even relate yourself to these characters. I really like what they've done here. Here was another example where Haaland is proper excited what he has done. Cole Palmer was super happy for scoring a goal. Look at that, he's looking so good in this cutscene. And even Ronaldo's celebration, even though that looks slightly weird, but yeah, that is new facial animations in the game. And one of these celebrations, his facial animation actually reminds me of the statue of the airport in the Madeira airport. Quite similar, to be honest. See, I really like that EA has improved these animations, and they actually improve the way we play the game, but the problem is that nobody's gonna zoom in up to that level. All of these cutscenes we generally skip inside the game, so I don't know why they've improved this, but props to them. Until and unless the gameplay works, this is an additional improvement, to be honest. Okay, while taking a corner kick, your camera actually pans up like this. What this does is basically it helps you to look what's inside the box and where you can aim. This is something that was important to add in the game, because back in the day when there used to be FIFA 17 missile-like corners that you could just drag your circle and place it anywhere and just take a corner, that was much easier to take a corner. But this old classic system, which is more of like the older FIFAs where you can see the corners on the screen, this was also very confusing because you could not see the players where they are standing. But this new method is what they've done is that they've added a wide angle camera. As soon as you take the corner, you can switch the camera to this top view, put the ball in and score. Even the penalties inside the games are way further. It is a wide angle view, and you can switch from this wide angle view to the old view, because this helps you to see what will happen if you miss the penalty, who's standing outside the box, who's standing right next to you, and there's a big wide view that you can use to hit the penalties. Even though I'm not a personal big fan of this, because in penalties I would rather see where I'm shooting and where I'm saving, but you know, they had to add something and they added something. But we'll see how this affects gameplay, if it's any useful wide angle view on penalties. We'll see how it goes, the game. Well, no matter what changes they bring inside the wide angle or whatever, their penalty system is still broken, and there are problems in the game like inside the game, there is a new customized bar at the bottom. Whenever you're playing the game, you're gonna see this bar which has a 5-star, 4-star skill move, 5-star, 4-star weak foot. And you're gonna see this left foot, right foot type thing on the bottom, which if the left foot is full, that means that's his stronger foot, while the left side of the foot, if it's half, then the left foot is probably 4-star weak foot, while 5 stars on the left side, that is for the skill moves. So when you're on the wing, you want to take a decision if I have to cross with this foot or that foot. You can look towards the bottom left of the screen and you're gonna see these two symbols. Take the decision like that. Take the decision if the guy has 4-star skill moves, if I have to do a roulette, if I have to cross in, do whatever. Look at those customized player name bars inside the game, because they are going to be a lifesaver when you play inside the game, because you don't know who's what. Sometimes many informs and special cards have different 5-star weak foots, different skill moves, so you don't know if your player actually has which type of foot or what. So this is going to help you a lot while you're in game. Just keep your eyes open and look towards the bottom left and use these symbols to create the passing lanes to do the skill moves and make decisions. Every time you miss a sitter just right next to the goal, EA will remind you it's not you, but it's the shitty skill moves and the weak foot of your player. When you score goals inside the game, you're gonna see this light overlay on the bottom left which shows the player, and the player is actually gonna move inside that overlay and you're gonna see how many goals he's scored in the season. This is quite crazy of how EA has added this. This is something what they've tried to copy from the real life leagues, because they are doing the same thing, but I like that. I just hope that when we mod the game, when we add our own custom players or even our players from player career, they should show up in this. If they show up in this, I'm sold EA. Changes are coming for free kicks inside the game. Whenever you take free kicks inside this game, what will happen is that your player starts taking a free kick, and when the ball actually releases under his foot, the camera will rise above it. So that creates this dynamic type of effect which shows your ball crossing over the wall, and you'll see how the players will react to it. You'll see how the goalkeeper tries to save it. In the past, when you've taken long ranges free kick, the ball actually goes in certain directions and you get no participation. Sometimes even we are surprised to see if the ball went in or not, but in this, you see the ball actually crosses over the wall, the camera then pans over the wall, and you get this glancing view which will probably be good. And if you've noticed, you can see Lamine Yamal's hairstyle is finally updated. You can see in the second number wall right there, that guy is Lamine Yamal and his hairstyle is finally updated as well, which is nice to see. There are actually new cutscenes inside the games where players actually become cocky. Look at them, they actually fight with the referee, they even clap if the decision is in their favor, and even high five when they get the referee to act against them or with them. This is something that I've been asking. Fights are now finally in the game. game, and I'm so happy that they added this. And even some dynamic drone angles are being added for these crazy cinematics. I'm really happy that they added this, and it even goes to rush, even free kicks. Looking over to the details inside this, you can see the facial expressions. People are genuinely in this trying to irritate the referee. Look at Emi Martinez here, actually disappointed when his teammates get a red card. He can't do shit about the referee giving it. And here, look at the referee trying to give the red card to the guy who just then walks off the pitch, while Griezmann and Julian Alvarez just high five. This is crazy stuff that EA has done. You even see some realistic action where Dogu is asked by his captain to move off the pitch, which is also very nice to see some leadership qualities that they are showing in these cutscenes, while generally teammates actually try to calm down the situation. This one I really like, when Mbappé just slid in, and this cutscene is when the players are genuinely disappointed. I believe this cutscene was inside the game, but they've just changed the camera angle for this one. While this one, when Griezmann moves back, just genuinely looks like a Hollywood movie. That's really well done. Okay, all of these referee cutscenes are good and all, but it only works until the referee works, and sometimes in the game it can be like...
And a free kick awarded by the referee.
Okay, look at this. They've actually changed the cutscenes of the substitutions as well, which is a very welcome change. This cutscene was like an old rotten cutscene which was inside the game for the past I don't know how many years. Now we have this new cutscene where you can actually see players coming in, which is nice. You can see how well they are actually animated. He actually points out to the crowd, even high-fives the player, hugs the player, goes back in, taps to the manager, even hugs the player, then also goes to the manager. That's very well done. While some gameplay changes inside the game, as you can see, you can do low-driven shots now, which is back from FIFA 17. These are quite overpowered, so you need to learn them because time finishing is now gone again, and these are back, while goalkeepers do saves and they go crazy and their teammates just jump over them. While I don't see that this game is that realistic, because this game is just showing that Onana just made a cracker save and everybody's jumping on him celebrating, which ain't happening because he ain't making saves.
God damn it! Fuck this!
And that's all this game has to offer. If you like watching this video, click on this video right here.